Hello, 385 subscribers. Do you feel like AI automation space is saturated already in 2024? If your answer is yes, well, I guess good luck. I have bad news and very bad news for you. I have built my AI agency called Coinpol to $20,000 a month primarily through cold emails, referrals, partnerships, and content, which is a new traffic source for me. In this video, we'll discuss how you can do the same thing. Let's start with my LinkedIn feed. I don't usually consume content here. I repost everything from my Twitter, but as you can see, there are a lot of people who are trying to explain how AI can be leveraged inside a business. And usually every other post is about AI inside the business and why it's a good thing. Obviously, you can say that this is kind of my feed. Obviously, it is, since I am in the AI, so it will recommend me the things around AI. And I am always, exchanging the connections. So it's pretty obvious. But you might have the same thing, and it might feel like everyone is doing what you do. Same thing happens with the YouTube. If you go to your YouTube feed, you will see kind of similar thing. So my point is that there are a lot of people already, and this is true, who are going into the space right now. The barrier of entry here in the AI automation space is very, very low. And I think this is one of the things that might, attract you as, a person who probably wants to make money selling AI automations, or maybe add this service to your existing agency offerings, because the barrier of entry is very low. For example, the video that I showed you earlier from like some random guy on the, I think it's Voice AI. So let's find another one. To build a pretty good specific AI prototype for your website, free advanced like prototype, limited to 10 people only. So let's think about it. This guy is offering advanced AI prototype for the business. It means that he will build like kind of like a demo where the business will contact them and say, hey, we want to automate our inbound client inquiries, and he'll build a very simple agent on something like VAPI Synthflow if it's the voice AI, or if it's like chatbot. I wouldn't even use VoiceFlow because I would, because we have the templates, but you can go to any other software, just input all the basic parameters. So you can build these prototypes within probably like 5 minutes each. So he will spend a few hours building 10 things. I'm not sure if he will get the 10 of the businesses, because there are a lot of people who are running the same type of campaigns. But just pause for a sec. Let's think about regular marketing agency, Google Ads, content, Facebook, or PPC. Do you think that they would offer the same thing, like 10 free audits, or maybe audits, but 10 free actual samples of their work? No, because it's not. How would you do the sample, right? So you need to go deep into the niche. If you have the productized service, you would need to get access to all their accounts, and you would need to spend the time. Usually agencies do not do that. They do maybe free consultations, then the audit is usually paid, and then they go to the actual management, right? With some guarantees, without guarantees. Obviously, if you're starting out, yes. So what I'm saying is that this is the space with low barrier of entry where almost anyone, right? I can guarantee that 90% of you can build a very interesting, let's call it interesting, I'm not calling it useful, interesting AI thing, automations on make.com, chatbot on VoiceFlow using one of my free templates, first link in the description, get access to my whole resource hub, or a voice AI agent on something like Bland, okay? So what is then the leverage, right? So how we are planning to make the money in the space if literally everyone can do the same thing? What I was also always saying is that you need to go in depth, right? So you need to have very specific use cases, and you need to have some sort of a leverage in terms of the technical aspects of your work, and it comes down to niching down to a very specific solution. For example, what we do for ERP systems for the businesses above 100 employees, doing $10 million plus. And this is not our specialized. We're not like we're not only reaching out to these businesses, but what I found when we mention these things in our cold outreach campaigns, we tend to get better results. Anyways, so this is not the topic of this discussion. I'm saying that this could be your leverage, right? The technical knowledge. And you can say, oh, Eugene, yeah, so I have a great experience in, the machine learning. Maybe I was attending a University of Stanford and like have a degree on it. Or you maybe have a 15 years experience of coding, which a lot of you also do, because I received quite a few DMs with people coming from the tech space into the AI and trying to kind of explore the options of starting their own thing or maybe transferring to a new career in the space. So the problem is that there are still not that many businesses that are looking for the solution. I do believe that in the current stage, I mean, not most, but probably, 30-40% of the businesses can really benefit the AI in some way, even from the basic ChatGPT, which some of them already use, to voice AI callers. It's not there yet. Maybe it's lower, right? I'm not saying 90%, 80%. Sometimes I do, maybe. It's just by mistake. Right now, like with my clear mind, I can tell you that it's not as like easy or straightforward. It can improve productivity in some way, but it's not going to give them a boost that will worth an actual, investment of the time and money that will go into the development. So my point is that, again, the barrier of entry is very low. Everyone can do the same thing. Even if you have the technical knowledge and technical experience, it will be like, and for example, you will understand how to, build a very in-depth backends for the agents. How are you actually, going to acquire the clients if these guys who require advanced solutions are not there yet to like be ready for the adoption? Maybe in a few years, yes, but then the competition will increase. Right now, there are, basic use cases in the company who already like looking for something. This is kind of inbound leads. They will have a lot of options in terms of the guys who are posting all over the social media. Again, most of the guys are trash, it's not offensive, like it is, right? So like, especially on the text-based platforms where you don't need to record a video. So there are a lot of guys on YouTube already, like me, right, recording the videos about like different things. But here is barrier of entry is kind of higher because you need to kind of be more comfortable on the camera. On LinkedIn, it's lower. You can text, or what is also popular is doing a short form videos, which are easier to do, right? And they work really good. And to be honest, I probably got 2 or 3. So I get like maybe like 5 or 6 leads just from my LinkedIn post, the video post. But again, I have like slighter bigger reach. My account is not huge. I have like maybe 800 followers. It's not a lot, but most of the followers come from my like YouTube or X. That's why they tend to engage a bit more. So when we go into the bad news that I have, sorry, this is the very bad news, and then we'll go to the bad news. The very bad news is that if you think that AI is saturated already, in 1 year you're cooked, maybe in 2 years. The idea is that, let's say that there are, 1 million of like agencies, right? I'm not sure like the number from my head, whatever, like let's say it's 1 million. And these agencies offer different services for different businesses in different niches, from, as I said, content to the website development to the actual marketing. Don't you think that since the barrier of entry into the AI space is low, there are a lot of developers from third-party countries that charge low price? Again, it's not a bad thing, right? So it's just how, the world works. The people that live in like poor, is the word, like in poor countries, tend to charge less. That's why I hire a developers. I'm Russian speaking, so it's like easier for me to hire like the guys from some like Belarus or Ukraine, since they are they charge less than the guys in like Europe or US. We have a few developers, like I actually have 2 developers in Europe, but they're also Russian speaking. So this is how the market works. And why would this, like a million of the different agencies, why would they not add AI services to their existing offerings, hire a developer for like pretty cheap, either full-time or as a contractor, and they say to their clients, hey guys, we have AI kind of offerings right now. We partner with really good developers, or we are like exploring the whatever their offer and pitch is, and say, we have it, are you looking to explore? We're like ready to build you a prototype for free, since it's not as hard as they would do a free marketing audit or a free SEO for the business, right? SEO sample. So when they will start offering this thing, we are done. Okay, we as the agencies who solely focus on the AI side. So like if you are trying to build an agency only about AI, like AI voice AI agency, you are fucking done. I don't think that AI voice AI agencies will exist in a few years. I think that the general agencies will add these offerings to their business. So for example, you right now can say, yeah, Eugene, I am doing like a full lead generation system where they run ads, their leads, if you're like talking about like local businesses, they fill out the forms, and then our AI system will follow up with these leads, qualify them, and book appointments. Okay, awesome. So guess how many Facebook agencies out there? So let's imagine that 50% of them, which okay, so even like third of them will understand that it's the only way to do that. The things, not the only way, but let's say it's a good way to expand your offerings and add this thing to their offering, right? So they have the clients who they offer it to, and then thus, when you reach out to these clients, why would they choose you if they already have someone that offer the same thing? You say, yeah, our agents are like the best, they're like the lower latency, all these things. In reality, they don't, right? So you just built a voice AI agent on Vapi, connected through the tools. Right now, even like it's very easy to connect everything through Make, and it's going to get even easier in some period of time. So what's your leverage here? You don't have any. Then you can say, okay, I will reach out to the businesses that do not work with other agencies, with Facebook agencies. Okay, so then if the business doesn't work with any agencies right now, is it a good qualified prospect for you? Maybe they have everything internal, right? Sure, or they rely on the existing like traffic. Okay, then you probably want to get a bigger companies, right? Again, this is a very bad news, and like in a few seconds I will say what's the light in the tunnel there, okay? But it's still not like a positive news. It's still the bad news that you need to work, like these are the things that you need to work on, okay? Let's say that the business don't work with any marketing agencies, doesn't work with any marketing agencies, and you will reach out in some like how qualified these businesses, okay? Good. Then how did this business build the website? If it's a bigger business, maybe they have an internal company profile. Maybe they have some sort of a design projects. If they're like selling some physical products, that they have like an internal team that designs them, like 3D graphics. All these agencies, if they're smart, will add AI offerings to their kind of existing services. Thus, the business would tend to ask, the like guys that they already worked with on, hey, do you have something that AI? They'll probably not. Is this just stupid example? Probably this agencies will just, and this is, guys, I work one-on-one with multiple guys who have, like had and still have agencies that offer different services. And I help them to introduce AI offerings to their like services. You like do not understand how easy it is to, even right now, even with the within the willingness to adopt the technology is very low. Even right now, it's like so easy to sell even the first initial prototype or the demo in for like a few $100s to the existing clients of their agency. When they say, hey, we, as already mentioned, we like right now can help you to automate this process, already that we can deliver the results, so you can make sure, you can be sure that if we offer this to you, we're like pretty sure that you'll see the results. Are you looking, can we build you a free demo? And they already have all the resources about the company, right? You are cooked, like you're done. Okay, so there's like no leverage that you have here. That's why I think the agencies that already have experience, that already have clients, will have a huge advantage over you and even over me, right? Even over me, since I have a bit of a different position right now with the content and all these things. And since like I started early, like we're all early. And this is okay, so let's move to the let's move to the bad side. We are early. I early, you early, we still have time. And I think that the agencies in the AI space will still pop up even like in like 5, 6, 7 years, even though the agency could, like the space could be like very saturated. Like the same way as you have right now the success stories of the people that are kind of building the Facebook marketing agency for the e-commerce brand, the Iman Gadzhi offer, okay? There are some guys, because I own 2 e-commerce brands, and we currently, for one of them, we're not, since we primarily sell on Amazon and Etsy, we do not run ads on our website, but we run external ads, external traffic to our Shopify, but primarily Amazon, not for the sales, but primarily like to get the reviews and boost their keywords. One of the agencies that we work with is like they're very new, and we were like pretty aware that they didn't have an experience in the industry, but their offering was really, really good. So what I'm saying is that it's possible. It will be possible to start a new thing even like in 7 years, the same way as you can like literally start a website design agency right now and kind of see the success if you have the right offer, right? So, and since we are early, we have an even more advantage. But still, it's going to be very hard in terms of the cold outreach, right, to get the clients. Thus, you can say, okay, Eugene, then how? Like, what's the actual solution for it? Well, the obvious one is to post content, and less obvious one is to go in depth. You do not understand how in depth you need to go, and this is when it comes to the offer creation. So let's talk about the content first. The content is what brings you, what not necessarily brings you the clients, but gives you a leverage in terms of a brand recognition and the ability for the companies to trust you. I leverage my brand, my YouTube channel, in 70% of all of my cold email campaigns, as well as the cold call campaigns that we tested for the past few months. And I'm going to discuss it later on. If you know me or my channel, you know that we never ran like cold campaigns, since I wasn't, when I was starting out, I wasn't comfortable with it, since I'm not a native English speaker. That's why we like hire a team of callers, whatever. So I will record a separate video on it. If you like want it sooner, let me know in the comments. What I'm saying is that we, as an agency, and I still craft all of the campaigns myself in terms of the the structure of the email or the structure of the conversation that the callers need to follow. And I always leverage my YouTube channel, and I see pretty good results compared to a regular outreach, because people tend to respect it a little bit. Thus, we have a higher replay rate when it comes to the outreach. A quick thing, like a pause. Some of you know already that I am launching new project. It's called 99players.com. I think it's the first or second link in the description. This is a project that will be specifically designed and is still specifically designed for people that are looking to make money selling AI solutions or AI agency owners. It's launching November 9th. I never gave any details on what it's going to be. There is a wait list right now. So when you subscribe, I send emails a few times a week, and I will start, roll out like more emails with more details. This is a paid thing, obviously, but there we will heavily focus on the offer creation. So this is essentially everything that you would need in order to either A, start from the very beginning, or B, introduce AI into your existing offerings, since I have already an experience with working, with clients one-on-one. Anyways, so if you are curious and if you trust me with my brand that I built, so check it out and I'll send more details. Now, yes, I leverage it a lot. The problem is that it's not as easy as it might seem to get the clients from the content. And I think maybe 30% already, maybe, yeah, so more close to like 25% of the clients that I get on the monthly basis, of the leads, let's call them leads, of the leads come from my YouTube. Obviously, like, okay, so the leads are kind of very questionable because we receive, positive replies to our cold emails campaigns. So these could be considered leads, and I have like a lot, right? So, and I have much less guys that are kind of coming from my YouTube. But if we compare, for example, the leads, so this second stage of the funnel from when a person is interested in our services after my cold email, we have a call, and then after the call, I understand that he is like looking for it. He's like qualified. Let's call it qualified. So if we are comparing the qualified prospects from the cold emails, campaigns, referrals, partnerships from the agency that we partner up with, as well as the content, I would say content is already, 30%. But I post a lot. And right now, what I see, again, on the profiles like LinkedIn, even on YouTube, I follow a lot of the channels. I love to, check out smaller channels. I don't usually watch like bigger ones. Or not that many of them anyways. So I like to see what people like kind of are posting. Most of them are very basic, but they like say in their title, they say how we help this business to do that, or how we generated 100 billions of dollars for this business using voice AI. And this is what happens like here. So people are kind of posting content. I do think that this is one of the best ways not how to start out, but how to actually go past $10,000 with the AI offerings by posting like very unique, specific content in a very specific format in a very specific niche, which we're going to talk about like next. So content is a good thing. It's not as good to start out with it because you need to have a reach. If you look at how many people already, as I mentioned, like post content on a daily basis. I wouldn't say that they get a lot of clients. I talk to like a lot of the people inside, X. Instagram is like a different story on X, LinkedIn, as well as the YouTubers. So the second thing, which is not here, the offer, right? You must, I think, especially if you're starting out, if you're a generalized agency that want to offer services to your existing clients, you don't necessarily need to go in depth, at least when you're starting out, because you can like cover multiple things, and based on your client, offer them like upsells to the services. So, but if you are planning to start AI only agency, which I wouldn't say that I recommend or not recommend. I still not clear on my opinion on it just yet. Either you need to start in only AI agency or not. I tend to believe that you should, but if you would need to go in depth into one specific niche and use case. Here's what I mean. When you are trying to offer everything for everyone, you're gonna be commoditized, right? And this is very obvious. This is like the thing that you can hear from Alex Harmoti or whatever, like all the other like internet gurus. But what I'm seeing is that instead of trying to limit yourself to, for example, like voice AI agents, it's like, do you really think that this is a specific, like, is it like this specific, is it narrowed niche, or is it just an explanation of your service? So the narrow niche would be, we help like dental clinics to improve show-up rates. Okay, this is very, very narrow niche that you can start, and very narrow offer you can work on. And then based on this offer, you can start to create content that will more likely get promoted to everyone. But since you have, algorithms are really good right now into giving the content to the people that are more likely to like it. The problem is that in the AI niche, again, there are so many people that are like posting right now, and I imagine what's going to happen in a few years. Like most of our content is promoted to other like dudes that are looking to do the same thing. Let's say for me, my average view count on all of my videos are like 1,000 views, maybe 1.1k. Like 95, maybe 98% of the people who watch these videos are the people who are like looking to sell AI, but they still get promoted to the business owners. And this is how I get my clients, right? From the YouTube or even from the LinkedIn. So, but if you are going to, my content is going to be a different story, since I post half of the technical content and half of the business related content on like the sales, right? On the sales, traffic, and like offerings, all these things, like the video here. So this video obviously will be primarily promoted to the business, to the company, to the dudes, companies, businesses, to the entrepreneurs that are looking to do the same thing as I did. So, but again, like I have kind of a different business model and a different plan to monetize the audience and build a business around it, and become like an info guru, scam my audience, and then go to Bali. Okay. So this is the plan. In reality, when you will post only business AI/business related content for the specific industry, how AI can be leveraged in the business, in the niche, you will be still promoted primarily to the people looking to do the same thing, but the percentage of the real businesses in the industry will be higher since you only focus on this. So I think the posting content here is the thing. But the problem is that, okay, so this will take time. This will take time and effort, and maybe some of you are not. Okay, so if you're not a native English speaker, or if you don't like speak English well, okay, you're like done 100%, because you'll still need to hop. Even if you do the cold emails, you'll need to do a very nice copy. ChatGPT will not help you. Plus, you'll need to hop on the sales calls, and like you'll probably not hire the closers and setters. Anyways, so what I'm saying is that when you have the very specific niche, you can post the content, and then you can also do the outreach, which will be very specific. I didn't do the LinkedIn outreach. Okay, to be fair, we did. I think tested like 2 campaigns. They worked. We got quite a few leads from there actually, but we decided to stick with the cold emails primarily since it was pretty automated. So what I'm saying is that, but LinkedIn is great as well as the cold calls. So if you have a leverage in terms of the content and the brand that you can reference, and you can start creating the outreach campaigns to the specific industry, offering very specific thing inside your emails or the calls or the DMs in LinkedIn, people will tend to like reply more, since even if they like Google you, they'll see what you're offering, and you can focus on one very specific thing. Okay, so this is what I mean by going in depth. And is another example, I decided to do some challenge live on the video. So this is the type mine. I started to use them actually so as an interface for my ChatGPT. I really like it because they have like tags and folders. So here's what we're gonna do. I will get maybe like a few local businesses, like randomly. This is why I use ChatGPT. We'll try to Google them, and live I'll try to create an offer that will like show you what I mean by going in depth into the niche. So send me a list of 5 local businesses that are popular in the USA. Again, one more thing that I wanted to mention on the offer creation and your specialty. If you are, most of you don't live in the US, I think the OP thing is to go over your local market. Again, it really depends on the country and how the businesses usually operate there. But I think it's like this is the thing, right? So everyone's trying to go into the US or English speaking market, UK, Canada, US, like Australia. But when when you live in Germany or whatever, so if you're from Germany, let me know in the comments. I know you're a lot of you guys there. So like Germany is like 60 million people. There are like a lot of businesses there. There are obviously, some, you can say there are some regulations on the AI usage. And obviously, if we are talking about like the things that will outbound or contact people, yeah, so there is some specifics. But if you're going into the market, into the very specific niche with a very specific offer, it probably will not be like a cold caller that can be banned or whatever. Yeah, so coffee shops, no. Food trucks, restaurants, boutiques, okay. No, do like maybe service businesses, like HVAC or whatever. Let's choose a state. HVAC, plumbing companies, landscaping, pest control. Okay, so let's pest cleaning. I literally like did the okay. So send me 20 more. Okay, so I did the landscaping company video HVAC. So because we have the clients from all of the in the different industries. Again, this is, I don't like really recommend doing what I do because we are sending a lot of the outreaches, right? So, and I posted a lot of content. So plus I have like a bigger team right now. We can handle a lot of different projects. So again, like I am in a bit different position, but I was starting the same way as you would. That's why I'm saying what I would do right now. Carpet cleaning company. Okay, so carpet cleaning services near me in Dubai. Okay, so let's do in Florida, cheap. And let's do like in Florida. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's just see the good website. Okay, so okay, it's not opening up. Extreme Clean. Awesome. It houses stars with Extreme Clean. Now, so let's say this is the business, and guys, like I'm 100% transparent. I do think, like, I swear to God, I think this is the OP thing that you can do. So maybe the carpet cleaning is, I mean, it's very specific niche, right? But it's really small. So it's the same way as people right now build marketing agencies or like SEO, agencies primarily, since I actually spoke with a few people, with like a few founders of the company that are doing something like that. They are offering SEO services, productized SEO services to a very, very specific niche in the US. And this is like how people are building companies. And obviously, like back to the first point, they can like upsell them additional like AI services, but still, like you have the leverage in terms of like being early. So let's say that you will focus primarily on the like carpet cleaning companies. I don't think that you then, if it's like such a smaller niche, I don't think that you need to specify the exact service that you would offer to them. So for example, we help carpet companies to like automate inbound calls, right? Or like book more. So I think here, since it's very generalized, you can go more broad. So you would say something like, I'm an agent, I own a carpet cleaning. So I own an agency that helps carpet cleaners to automate their entire business. Something like that is very generalized, but the niche is very specific. And here, probably you would use something like go high level, right? Because it depends on the industry, but I think they're not productized a lot. They're not like they're very very old school still. That's why even upselling or first selling and then like go high level and then upselling them additional services is the thing. Anyways, so let's say you're gonna go. So here, like this would be the offer, right? So we created the offer right now on the services that you would offer them. So this is the thing. So book appointment here. So it goes to the second page, and while it's loading, they're kind of okay. So it's like thing, bedroom. So why not do that on the website, right? It's really good actually. Okay, so let's book service. Okay, so we're not there yet. It's really really good. I mean I really like it. So this is probably a it's interesting. Do House Call Pro? Do you think that House Call Pro, what is that? Is it like the exactly like the SaaS for the service-based businesses? Here's House Call Pro, home services. Work simpler, smarter. Free host business can improve scheduling, dispatching. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. But these guys are kinda again, they're like a SaaS. They provide like a solution. There are a bunch of them that are offering, just the go high level. Maybe they are, but I don't think so because this is not go high level. But this could be, a CRM, whatever. So you can do the same thing with AI and say, okay, so why instead of like filling out all this information, you can create, and they by intent I think didn't create like a chatbot because they want to have like a better experience for the clients, and I think they maybe had an option with the House Call Pro to embed this thing into the chatbot. But what if I have the questions right regarding a service? So I would need to call them first and then book a service. So what if this call will be routed to the AI, right? It will capture all the details and then book an appointment. So again, if you would, so I'm trying to, it's so obvious for me since I had like hundreds of the conversations like that. So you reach out to this business and say, hey, we can help you to automate your appointment bookings. They'll tell you, again, this is not the best example of the company because they already leverage some sort of technology, right? So you would say, yeah, we do that. They'll probably like ignore you, but they could say, hey, but like it's already automated since this is the automation, right? So this is kind of an automation, and it goes to their CRM, which is maybe built on go high level, whatever industry's garage doors. Let's see if they have the screenshots. 40 days free trial. Okay, I'm 70% sure that it's go high level. 70% sure. HVAC softwares, whatever. Like there's probably a huge company. Okay, so this is kind of automated. They didn't automate the voice AI. If they use go high level, by the way, Jesus Christ. Go high level introduced the voice AI capability. That's crazy with a recent update. And yeah, so it's gonna be very hard for you to get this business on board even if they don't have an automation right now. So let's say they have this automation, but you say, oh, but it's probably you like, do you really want to hop on all of the calls and answer all of the questions? In reality, they still do, but they're like not yet there to integrate the AI, maybe just yet, since the adoption rate is very low. But when it's going to be higher, when their competitor is going to do that, they'll just like go to the company. Okay, I don't want to go there, so there's will be like a pop-up, say House Call, like, do you offer AI? And they will not ask it again. House Call will contact them and say, hey, we now can, you just can build your voice AI thing, and you're done. So this is what I mean by an leverage, right? So here with this business, you don't have anything. Even so, these guys have, because they're working with a company. But even like, for example, when this company would not work with the House Call Pro and would build the form themselves, then you kind of have an opportunity to reach out to them, saying to helping them to automate the technology, because when it's done directly inside the company through the tech team, it's usually not as good as it could be. Okay, awesome example, by the way, in terms of the content for my YouTube. Okay, so let's do general contractors, moving companies. Why? Okay, so window cleaning services. So window cleaning services in Texas. cheap. Okay, let's do cheap. Let's do the second page. Some random company. Best service window cleaning USA. Okay. So let's check maybe some other guys. Cleaning windows. Clear, clean, window cleaning. Jesus. Okay. Oh, really good example. So get the free estimate. Really good. So this, like for example here, this could be a full page embed with a chatbot or an interactive thing where they will input the information and get some sort of an estimate. Again, it like really depends on the company. They're working with bigger, yeah. So they were working with bigger companies and probably other businesses. So it's not a retail pressure washing service. So if they're like, for example, working only, they probably work with the retail, but their biggest projects are here. And if they work with bigger companies, it's gonna be hard, right? So because like, so essentially, like B2B companies have harder time to implement the AI since the like the check is higher and they don't want to mess anything up, right? Okay, so go here, get an estimate. So what's gonna happen? Go to the request an estimate. Okay, so this is the thing, the phone number, the email, and the pictures. Awesome. Okay, so here is the same thing. It's pretty good business. They have already kind of the lead qualification process. It could be improved, obviously, it could, but and like you can technically do the chatbot that will answer their questions while they are filling the information, but then again, like they have it, so it probably like, they have a pretty good layout. So I guess they will be able to do it themselves. So, and these are like, for example, these guys are the two businesses that would not, get their services probably if you're offering, even if you, so for example, like even if you specialize on window cleaning things, just by doing and offering them the automating inquiry generators or like the chatbots agents, it's not going to be your leverage. So then, okay, so what can we do? So let's say we want to go with the window cleaning services. So I think then we would need to go into the backend automation. So what kind of automations they would have? For example, when they have an estimate, right? So they generate estimates, and it like really depends on the process. So do they provide the square? No, so they don't provide their house DAG. Okay, so the service, like you can automate the backend in terms of the estimate generation, because this is a very time-consuming process for a lot of the businesses. And this is actually one of the videos that I did for like a landscaping company that we worked with. They like gather all the information from the clients, and based on the information, they were like spending a lot of hours kind of preparing the estimate based on like going through the things that are required for the project and then seeing their prices and then crafting like the whole thing out. Right now AI can do it like right away, but the accuracy is it's not there yet, just because usually prospects don't provide a lot of like all of the information during the booking process. That's why it's still like not finalized. It's usually like 70-75%. Then like the people in the company go through it manually and like fill out the information which is required to provide a pretty good standardized invoice. Since if the information is not available, they would ask the prospect about it again. So you can technically do a full window cleaning company automation and offer everything, from automating the appointments to generating estimates. I think it's like pretty good niche. You would probably, again, if you are going to go in such a specific thing, I would say that you can like do everything based on the go high level. The problem with go high level is that if you're like planning to work with bigger businesses, they are going to have a hard time adopting a new CRM. And like, why would they if they already use it? And if they don't use it, it's like a smaller company. It's not always the case, but it usually is. So, and like having everything on the go high level is a problem when the business is already established and they're looking for a very specific thing. But you can like start with this as, you know, your generalized offer, like we help window cleaning companies to automate their processes. Okay, so if you, this is how you would position your offer. Okay, I don't think that is gonna work. Okay, so I do think it's gonna work in the content, on the content side, since it's very like niche down. But if we are talking about the cold outreach, it's not gonna work, since especially if you don't have any case studies. If you do, it's gonna be easier since you can reference it in the cold emails. But if you don't, okay, so like automate is very generalized term. Okay, so how do we then craft the offer around it? I would say, because like just saying that we will help you to generate the leads, probably something related to the pay-per-results basis, trying the services and the demo. And the demo, like you should be, for example, maybe there's a very specific slang that window cleaning companies use when it comes to the estimates generation, and you would need to like input it inside your offer sentence in the cold outreach, so that they can see that you have an experience in working with the industry, and you can like reference some of your, for example, content pieces if you don't have any case studies. Okay guys, so these are the things that will be discussed in 99 players. So if you like if you watched till this point, I'm not sure how long is this video, but if you watched till right now, I like 100% like guarantee that you will find a lot of value. And this will be in 99 players. This is not what, like, this is a very unique product. None of the current like YouTubers, influencers, or like coaches offer this, like such a thing. It's not just on the positioning and calling like a course something like a program, you know, whatever, or like what Iman Ghazi was like always kind of reframing his like courses. No, it's like it's a new way to okay, so I don't want to tease it, to like consume information. Okay, again, first link in the description if you're interested. Yeah, it's there. And the second link in the description if you want to get all of my free templates. Okay, so these are kind of okay. Let's actually do another one. Okay, so 3 services. No, it's very niche. IT support services, pet sitting. Okay, so pet sitting is it? But the problem with pet sitting is that I have no idea what the niche is about, because I would say that there are not that many companies that do that, but more like a freelancer. So how do we call them? Like your aunt that will like, or your friend, or your like a daughter of your uncle that would like do the same thing, do like your pet sitting, right? I'm not sure, but like, okay, so let's pet sitting services in Houston fast. Okay, let's do something like that. I'm not sure, is this thing? Okay, so, Houston pet people, best pet sitters, dog walkers. Client login. Okay, that's interesting. So client login, where probably people can log in and check their pets. Awesome. Here is another problem that you might face in this specific niche. So pets are like children, right? And they would say, so if you would pitch the services, you would get something like the replies from the people like, hey, I don't want my client, like we care about the clients, right? So we want them to give them like a personalized experience. Like we essentially their clients, like the owners of the pets, don't want like the AI to take care of their pets. And if AI will answer like the queries, like it means that they may think that there's like an AI in like that are watching the pet and not the human. So this probably maybe not the best thing. But then okay, so let's actually like create something around it. So this is like inquiry, like the client handling is not the best thing. So okay, so this is the thing from my head. So what if there, like probably there are like specific places where they do that, right? Like it really depends on our services. So I imagine there's like a facility where they like bring the pets, right? And then the owners, you know, go somewhere. So what if there will be like this is not the service that you will offer, but whatever, like the cameras that will like analyze the pets, and when like the owner calls the AI saying, hey, 24/7, hey, like what's going on, or like has a question, the AI can like analyze the cameras, find the specific pet, and say, hey, he's like playing around right now. This is probably what's done by humans right now. It really depends on the facility. As like I don't think that they are like huge, right? Again, I'm just giving you a scenario which could be a potential, startup for someone, but not the offer that you're like probably going to present to the general public. But when like for like the visual camera like the camera trackers, AI camera trackers for your pad, like pet, like with a facility where you store pets. Jesus Christ. Okay, so okay, my English is not there yet to explain it, but like the AI that will analyze the camera footage and will do something with it, right? So imagine you reach out to the business. You can do it manually and say, hey, we have this thing, that can analyze all of your footage of the pets, and okay, here, cut it out, choose the parts where the pet of the owner is there, and like create a clip and send it to the owner, like for free. Okay, this is kind of interesting concept. Then I would say, how would you charge? Like, why would businesses pay for it? To improve the customer satisfaction. This is one very important point. Jesus Christ, like I don't want to I'm like giving you everything, okay? So for free, guys. Imagine what's gonna be in 99 players. So I'm saying that like when you try to offer the user satisfaction thing, it's very hard to sell. Okay, like the businesses have harder time to buy a user satisfaction tools, right? Because again, like it really depends on the business, because it's not directly correlated to the sales short term. And maybe if you will tie down, you can offer it. And this is what I did. This, like, I think we like sold a few offers, but because I was offering this thing, like the user satisfaction thing, because essentially like all of the chatbots is the thing, right? So it's like we are improving the customer satisfaction. So what? Okay, so what? Because same thing when if we go to the window cleaning example, or the example with where we whatever, like what services, like window cleaning, and before that was carpet cleaning. So if they already have a process to capture the lead and nurture it, even not through the AI, through the regular form. So if you like will offer kind of the chatbot, it can do the thing, but the primarily sale point would be for a simple agent would be, hey, we improve the user satisfaction so that they can answer all the questions. So how it's exactly correlated to the sales right now? And it's going to be a hard sell. And this is the same thing with the camera analyzation tool that would crop the footage and find the paths and send it to the owners. Okay, so they'll be happy. So what? They like can go back and they can like check if the path was properly cared, if we actually took care of the pet. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry guys. I think you got the idea. That's where then like it's gonna be a hard sell, since if you don't tie it down to the actual money that it brings to the business, right? But then maybe you can do a few of the like free services like that, and then get the feedback from the companies, get the stats, and then imagine how you can speak the same language like this business and see, hey, this is the thing that we are offering that can bring you X, as well as the user satisfaction that will have a longer impact on the company. Well, guys, I want to mention one more thing. Sorry, these are all the call to action. So I have an Instagram, and like I'm posting like daily there. I am like next week I'm planning to do the live, so I will do the live with Q&A, so you can ask any question. A may ask me anything, I guess, so you can ask any question there that you want. I'm like doing that to get more subs. I don't want to run any ads. This is just an Instagram for my like people that like follow me, that like my content. That's why I post exclusively there in stories and decline like some of my sales goals. So if you want to ask me a question directly, You can, subscribe to my Instagram. Next week I'll do the announcement. Next week we'll do the live. And if you participate, you can ask any question that you want. Okay. So guys, this is what I wanted to say on the offer creation. If we summarize it, yes, there are a lot of people that already post the content. Yes, it's going to be very, very saturated because of the lower barrier of entry, especially in a few years. Obviously, there will be new tools, new ways to integrate AI. It's a very big thing, right? It's like an internet, kind of. It's not like a new website tool. It's the internet. So that there will be the amount of things that we can sell to the businesses will increase as well, and the competition will also increase. I would my bet would be that the competition will increase like faster than the ability of us like to integrate different services, just because again the barrier of entry is low. So you should post the content not primarily to get the clients, but to have an experience of presenting your offer, as well as to have things you can reference to in your cold pitches, and then the cold pitches. Again, there are ways to get the warm traffic, like something like Upwork. We're not discussing it there. It's a great way, where your content will help it a lot. But if you're like not doing the content, I would still think that you'd need to niche down anyway. So you'd need to have a very specific niche. If it's a broad niche, you'd need to have a very specific service. Or if it's like a very specific niche like that, you can help them to automate the entire processes and automate the entire business. But then you would need to like present it in a way that will tie down to the monetary value. And then like you should like create your brand, your content around this specific niche and be the one in the niche, right? Yes, for example, these are the guys. If we go back, okay, so we can anyway, so when we were like discussing the carpet company, they were like using House Pro, whatever the company. So these guys, if like let's say they are offering go high level, these guys are like going into the different niches. They're still like, it's very narrow. It's the service-based businesses in the US, probably this certain amount of like with a very specific like team size. If we compare, if you would like build a CRM for the carpet companies, for the carpet cleaning companies, you would have an advantage over this company. But the problem is that it really depends on the company. So if you would like tell them, hey, we have the CRM for the carpet cleaning companies, would you give us a try, something like that? They will not, since they probably have 80% of the things they want with the House Pro, even if they don't really narrow down into the one specific niche. But obviously it's just the example. It was an example from Google. Probably it was like an unfortunate example, since they use it. There are like bunch of like hundreds and thousands of businesses that don't use these softwares, that have websites that like use old school CRMs, or like the big CRMs like the HubSpot, or maybe the ERPs like NetSuite, which have like the very specific use cases for them, but don't cover everything, right? And this is where you can actually niche down and help them with the services, and then like tie down your AI offerings to it. Or if you're offering AI services, go into one specific use case in the broader market. Okay guys, I hope you like this video. Again, link in the description, 99 players. Link in the description, free templates. Instagram, AMA, next week, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.